Hi there. My name is Dean Davis, and this is a word of encouragement for village church planters. When I first began to understand the good news of Jesus, I was fascinated by the testimonies of other believers. They would tell me how God delivered them from drugs and alcohol, how God healed their marriage or restored their relationship with family members. Others would testify of the deep sense of peace they found when they gave their life to Christ. Still others mentioned how great it was to know that their sins were forgiven and that they belonged to Jesus. Hearing the stories of how Jesus was changing their lives helped me wake up spiritually. Their stories gave me a hunger for God. I wanted to know Him and experience His kind, loving, healing work in my life. As a village church planter, you have learned several ways to find persons of peace. You can share a word of blessing and hope in Jesus' name and see how people respond. You can tell a Bible story and see if those who listen want to know more. You can pray for people and see how they respond to God's answer to your prayer. There are many ways to find persons of peace. A good way to find persons of peace is to share your testimony, your story of how God has worked in your life. This is what the Apostle Paul did when he was on trial before King Agrippa. The story from Paul's life that he told the king is recorded in Acts chapter 26. Paul was clearly hoping that the king would respond to his story and follow Jesus. Even though Agrippa did not respond in a positive way, Paul was faithful to tell what the Lord had done for him. You have a story too. I'm sure it does not seem as dramatic as Paul's, but your story is real and it is true and it belongs to you. Share it for the glory of God. You don't need to be afraid or ashamed. God has worked in your life. Tell other people about it. You never know when you might find a person of peace. One of the best ways to start telling your story is to tell it in 15 seconds. Your 15-second testimony starts with the words, "There was a time in my life." Those are powerful words. There was a time in my life. When you speak those simple words, people listen to find out more. So share your 15-second testimony. Tell about your old life. Tell what Jesus has done for you. Tell how your life has changed. Then listen as people answer your closing question. Do you have a story like that? Your story is real, and it is true, and it belongs to you. Your story is powerful. Tell it well, and tell it often. This has been a word of encouragement for village church planters.